Ladies and gentlemen, it is Wednesday, August 25th or something like this.
27th.
Cut!
One more.
It's Thursday. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Thursday, August 27th. Close.
Ladies and gentlemen, anyway. So,
Okay,
hello
you can
to
start over.
hello to a new NSL live talk. Arizona Airspeed. I have just witnessed the most scientific dissection, productive debriefing or whatever. I haven't attended debriefings in a long time, but today I did it, and I spent the last 5 hours in the team room. No, I'm just kidding, but
It's pretty close.
It's pretty close.
it was amazing to me. I'm absolutely dead serious. You know, it was amazing because it was extremely productive and scientific as I've never seen it before. That combination, especially. I'm doing that every day.
Yep.
We usually done training right around maybe 2 o'clock, 2:30, maybe 3, and we spend about 2.5 hours debriefing. Yeah, we spend a lot of time trying to implement the ideas we have.
Instead of the markers, though, using the markers to show ourselves, we usually use the sandals. So it was a little different.
Well, I saw that you're using the markers.
Yeah, we usually
Okay,
use
sandals.
Yeah.
I can give you better equipment next time. I have some.
I guess we don't say we have to spend this much time debriefing. We're just all really passionate about getting the stuff right, and then we just kind of go and see where that takes us. You know.
Well, before I get deeper into this, which is really interesting stuff, and we get to that in a second, I want to use this opportunity to thank you in person for what you recently did, which was a shocking surprise to me. I had no clue. It came out of the blue, and I was in tears in many ways. You know, I was tears for emotions of gratefulness, but I was also in tears cracking up about the video that you put together in your fundraiser for the NSL and for what I'm doing. So thank you very much for what you did. Who did the video work there?
I did the video, and it was a pleasure to put in the time to make the video. But I think the people that really deserve the gratitude is everybody that contributed to the NSL, and it was a lot of people. You know, there's only 4 of us, and there was at least 50, if not more, donators.
And I feel like we felt that. We felt that we just put the love out there. The community is going to take good care of the NSL, and that's what I think the community did. So thank you, everyone. And Kurt, it's a testament to what you do for the sport. So we don't want you to go anywhere, and we're going to do anything we can to fund you, you know, and I feel like karma, you know.
Yeah,
You've taken care of us for so many years.
Yeah, you've hooked me now for the next 10 years. I feel so committed and so obligated and so grateful that now I really cannot
That's right,
stop
if he
anymore.
goes anywhere, you get your money back. You heard it here in the NSL.
I didn't say that. The money will be gone tomorrow.
And one thing that's worth mentioning is that, Kurt, I think you have a Patreon page as well. Is that right?
That's right, yeah.
And Patreon actually lets you make a monthly contribution, whether it's, you know, $5, $10, 20, 50, whatever the amount, you know, anything from a cup of coffee once a month to more. You can set yourself up on Patreon to have a little bit of money going to NSL every month and help support Kurt and the NSL in perpetuity. So
Thank you,
please do.
Miguel. I really didn't mean to make this a promotional event here again. I just want to
No,
say thank you, okay?
we-
So stop that now.
Yeah, we know how dedicated you are, and we know that you would never ask for this yourself. So this is a way for us to say thank you.
Thank you. Anyway, I was cracking up, and you know, the work that you put, I know what it takes to create a video like this, because you know I do it on a regular basis, and I couldn't believe it. You know, the effort that was in there, and on top of it, it was so funny. I was in tears just cracking up. It was just amazing. Okay, again, thank you very much. And let's get to you. Back to Airspeed, back to Arizona Airspeed. So what I saw there today was a totally different way of, the time that I was going to World Meets, compete and all that stuff, and train is pretty far away now. But I've watched debriefings and you debriefing teams and individuals and other teams debriefing. What I saw today was a scientific dissection of the smallest details. I've played soccer before, I've played all kind of sports before, and I'm sure that the NBA teams and the world-class soccer teams and other sports, they are very detail-oriented too, but not more than that. That was amazing. So how did you, is that a plan or did it come naturally to approach it the way you do?
I feel like there's always a balance, right? There's a balance between skydiving just for feel and intuition, and there's skydiving for precision and deliberate technique. And we have to find the line between those two things. And we have a history of being very technical in the debrief room and on the creepers in the morning as well. So between the intention of what we're trying to do and the analysis afterwards, I think we do our best to get the most out of the day.
Yeah, you have to. You can't. If you're going to be that technical in a debrief, which we are, you can't be that technical in the sky. Like it's
Taylor.
a completely different skill set.
And I feel like we are very technical right now. We've been all year trying to kind of get our technique nailed down. But when we skydive, we have to be fluid,
The video guys just showed up.
Yep. I know.
Yeah,
I was ready.
there's Taylor, and I want to include you totally into what we have been talking about here now, which is the dissection of the jumps. I call that dissection. It's not a debrief. It is a debriefing, but it's something else in that. It's an analysis or whatever you call it. And you haven't really been that long with the team, except I saw you doing this on one of the exits, and then something like this.
400. That was their 400th jump.
It was
together
actually
as a team.
401.
Was it?
Yeah, he messed up.
Oh. That's okay.
No, there was a talk about doing 399, and I was like, okay. I was on top of it.
Is this how you want to play?
Yeah.
Do you want to really want to stop now?
So if you guys stopped at 399, I was going to make sure we got the 400. So
Did you do all the 400?
No, I believe French probably got the majority of the first half, I'd imagine. And then
less
Festi
than
got a
100,
handful.
dude.
Yeah, less than 100.
Yeah.
Oh, really? So
Yeah, we
I
had
have
about
over
4
300 with them, I guess.
Yeah,
I think we had,
probably 360-ish. Is what
Okay.
I would say is what you want. We had about 40 jumps before we started jumping this guy, right?
Something like that. I think Festi was here
Oh,
originally
there's
a couple of
Festi,
times.
so there's probably another 30 or 40 right there.
He's probably got 300.
Yeah,
300, a little bit more, we can see.
There you go.
But without good video, we wouldn't be able to go into a debrief like that. So
I just want to get to that, exactly. So, the first point is, your Airspeed is ready for a competition because we see the exits, right? So I haven't seen any video yet without the exit or a piece of the exit missing or so. But secondly, and almost more importantly, because, there are videos which are good enough for judging, but not good enough for an Airspeed or probably Hayabusa debriefing. Because if you're talking about a few angles and center points and all that kind of stuff, you are challenged, right?
It is very challenging. Yes. There is some consistency that makes my job a little bit easier, though. I can almost anticipate the fall rate, which helps a lot. And they're so consistent with their movements and, like I said, their fall rate, that it almost makes my job easier in some aspects.
So they really can fall in place. Huh? That's pretty impressive. Okay, so where do we start? That first off, let's leave this behind because we spent some time. It's impressive and it's great to see that. because that explains how the average is going from 11.4 for the world champions in 1985 to a 30 average at the next world meet, probably, you know, maybe, probably, and that's what's behind it. It's work. It's like 2 or 3 hour of first goodbye. It's first 2 or 3 hours of creeping in the morning. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm exaggerating. But then at the end of the day, it's also the analysis of what you're doing. So yeah, I would like to give this more time. I can only say it was impressive to see that, and thanks for letting me sit there as a mouse and listen in. And I have to say,
One more time.
I did not fall asleep, not 1 second. I felt like I have had a cup of a bowl of coffee, or what do you say, a mug, you know,
A cup of coffee.
a cup of coffee before, because my eyes, they kept me wide awake. I was just, what? And I was listening and I thought, you have to stay awake. And I couldn't get tired. So, and then at the same time, this kind of deep, I didn't see anybody fall asleep either. They were all,
I was getting tired.
I've
towards
seen
the
that
end.
before. You've seen that before, right? Nicholas,
Yes.
how many times in your competition coaching career have you seen people fall asleep in debriefings?
All the time.
I think I did my first.
You're laughing, Mikael. You've seen that before, right? Are
We
you-
have a narcolepsy person on the team. When it comes to- we don't want to point it out, but
Not pointing any names or naming any fingers, but Joey's really good at sleeping.
Rhymes with Yoey.
You guys are always talking about how much we're talking about the front piece, and that's really just to keep me awake. Because the second you start talking about the back piece, I'm like, oh, yeah.
Why don't you guys talk
I
more?
touched a nerve here. Huh?
We don't want to.
debrief, falling asleep.
Okay, so on top of that nobody fell asleep, there was also not a coach in the room. So I'm talking about, I said earlier that it was very productive. Productive it usually gets with the help of a supervisor, a coach, you know, who is in there, but you are self-sufficient. And it's not the oldest and the most experienced person or persons in the team, you know, who are doing this. It's a very open and accepting discussion about everything.
I mean,
So-
that's. I feel like with my own experience being on different lineups of Airspeed, coaching many different teams, and being on teams before Airspeed, I feel like over the years we nailed down a culture that we know is healthy for collaboration, whether you have experience or less experience, and to make a real team to be successful at our level is not about the resources, because we have jumps, tunnel, and so on. It's about the culture that we want to harness on the team and the interaction we need to have as brothers more than anything to be successful. And what you see there in the debrief is the values and the hard work that we put in establishing that culture on the team, and that kind of collaboration we have to have, because the collective intelligence, whether it's coming from an old experienced mind or something new and innovative, thinking out of the box, all that has to marry into what we want to become, and it's not one or the other, it's us together.
Yeah, starting this team, it was important for us, for Nick and I, to unload as much of our own knowledge quickly, but also it was very important for us to transition into that collaborative mode as soon as possible, right? Set the framework of we know this works, and then given that, let the team evolve, let Chris and Joy bring in the new ideas, fresh perspectives into that mix. And what you see in here is we're past that stage now. This is the team working now. We're not just bootstrapping ourselves
something
anymore.
I want to add is in the past, the culture of Airspeed has been that we own the market and we tell the new people what to do. I mean, that's Airspeed as a whole. before my time. And with this lineup, it is very much not the case. They are very much involved and have been from the beginning. You know, they came in with a lot of experience to begin with, but also us as a team, what we value is that collaboration. And even though people would assume that Mikael and I have a lot to say, it is definitely they have a lot to say as well, and their own ideas, which is outside of maybe old Airspeed thinking, which is exactly what we want.
I think as a lineup, we also found our magic very soon, you know, and that kind of, I think, injected passion into all four of us to kind of contribute into building something that's new. I really feel like the whole team felt like we were very early off in the first couple of months that we were building something new. Like in the first couple of minutes in the debrief, Kurt brought up, he's like, this isn't a normal Airspeed lineup with normal Airspeed technique, and we're changing everything around, and it has to do with our body types, and everything is kind of coming together in a weird way where we genuinely feel like we're building something new, and it requires all four of us to work together for it.
And you can experience that in the room. For me, it was a new room, a new Airspeed room, and you can also see it on the videos. It looks like Airspeed has a new style. Would you confirm that? If you look at the videos now, does it look differently compared to a year ago or 2 years ago?
Yes, but we're not striving to be different. We're striving to do us.
Mm-hmm. It comes naturally.
And Chris is very good at saying that. Let's just do us. And if we do us, then we're going to do the best we're ever going to do. Whether that's comparative to Hayabusa rhythm, doesn't matter. We do us. And so we're trying to be true to ourselves more so than just trying to be different for the sake of being different. You know? And that derives out of certain ideas and beliefs that we have. We think we'll win, but that's it.
I was filming one today, and I'm hoping that I can also take home some of Taylor's videos. Hopefully you will permit this so that people can see what we're talking about. It's not, it's not perfect. Nothing is perfect anyway.
First day back after 3 weeks off.
But it would be great to see, yeah, exactly, after a little break, to see what we're actually talking about. So let's do that. Well, other than that, now the time is almost over already. Jeez. After a lot has changed in the meantime too. By 3 weeks ago, we still had the option or possibility of nationals, right? Then there was 8-way yesterday and other things, which are happening. But let's talk about the situation now. It is still the case that we don't have competition for you, except the NSL Cloud Mondial, of course, which we will see top scores soon, hopefully, of all the best teams. But other than that, what now? What's the plan? How do you practice competition?
Our main goal right now, as far as this year, is an event, a competition, a 4-way competition that Skydive Arizona is hosting in November. I believe it's the 20th through the 22nd, and that's our objective. We hope that Rhythm join us there, and that's going to be our culmination of the year.
Skydive Arizona, November 2nd,
2022.
2022. Okay, we'll put this in the calendar so everybody who is ready to travel and
Yep, and the event is on Facebook, so we should all be able to see it.
That's the same Nationals weekend, right? That was supposed to happen down in Z Hills. It's not the first weekend of Nationals, it's the second weekend of Nationals when it's supposed to wrap up for the other bigger events, meaning 10 and 16 ways. So Skydive Arizona is trying to salvage a physical meet, and also know Chicago is doing like an online meet September 19th, 20th, which the Airspeed XP 8-way team is going to be doing. So with Greg Gerard filling in.
Well, the online option is at least something, that's why the NSL is running the Cloud Mondial. at least get some pressure, right? I mean, you know you will be watched, you know you will be seen, you know it will be judged, whether if all the teams are at the same place, or doing it somewhere else. But at least it's something. Can it ever replace a real competition?
No.
Why not?
It's not the same. It's not the same as having your opponents right there.
I mean, it's like watching a concert on TV
yeah, it's
versus
just-
being there. It's
not-
electrifying. The
yeah.
energy's there. The people are there. I mean, I don't think you're supposed to experience real competition virtually. If that's all you have, that's what you take. But nothing replaces being in the energy of the room or the airplane, or being at the draw, seeing that a team, seeing them engineer. I mean, that in itself is competition 101. Being in the physical presence of your opponents. So that's just me. I can enjoy a tune, but when you're at a concert, that's a whole different experience. It's like the whole package deal.
So not everything is lost to the digital and cloud world yet. There's still something that cannot be replaced.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's more training tomorrow, and you have now a long day behind you. How many jumps did you do?
14.
Well, you got to your 14, Nick. And Mikhail and Nick, they did 8-way yesterday, right? It was just the next day after the end of a 10-day 8-way training camp. You're crazy. Crazy people.
I've been told.
What did you do in the meantime, Chris?
I was up in New York sitting on the beach with my family for a
Oh, nice.
couple weeks just to take off while they were doing their thing.
Yeah. And Joey?
I was also visiting my family down in New Orleans. I'm happy that that they're all right after the hurricane that just passed
Right.
through. Unfortunate for people in the Beaumont and Lake Charles area who are probably not so right now. But yes, and then also moving a bunch of stuff to Arizona because I had a bunch of stuff here, and yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're getting ready to move our stuff over to Arizona.
So you're moving to Arizona now?
Yeah, we've been here all summer, and we are done after this weekend here, and then all our training starting in September all the way through next April is going to be in Arizona.
Mm.
Yeah.
4-way, 8-way. Taylor, what did you do in the meantime?
I was able to fill in for Elliot Bird for a couple days of the 8-way, shot some video for them, and then other than that, I was, if you can see the sign in the background, working at the
Yeah.
XP school doing AFF and tandems.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're gonna say you moved to Arizona, back to Arizona too.
Yes. Monday we all head back.
All right. Well, enjoy the rest of the camp here and keep doing what you're doing. I can't wait to see the race for the 30 average. This year, next year, let's say next year probably, whatever, we'll see it eventually. Right? Thank you very much for the time. Thank you one more time for what you did for the NSL and to make this happen. And good luck with everything.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Kurt.
Yeah.